Good morning, everybody. It's EVC in NYC, bringing you way too many loud sounds. I hope that sounded okay. You could hear everything.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
I don't know if you can hear that. Anyway, we get this train going here this morning. Good to welcome everyone in. Thank you to Get Block Dragon for raiding in with everybody. Did that sound actually come through? Could you hear the subway start? I don't know.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yeah. Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Bing, boom. We're ready to get this show on the road. I know, feedback, it's what I do. That's why I am only a 97, because there is no professionalism here. I still haven't figured out how to run audio properly across this system. But hey, again, thank you, Don't Get the Black Dragon, for bringing everybody in. Good to have you all here. It is our Wednesday Guess the Set. That's right. You can hit that little, nope, over there, that little thing, exclamation point, guess, and get your entries in. It's mostly multiple choice. Coming in. Fleek, what's Fleek? Is it Fleek week? I need a haircut. There's no question I need a haircut. The Eeeelites are coming this week. From what I understand, there's one for every team, maybe. It's a mission structure. I think it is positive. But I just like, I'm in New York. I think about Fleet Week. When the fleet comes in, you've got sailors from around the world traipsing around Manhattan on Memorial Day weekend. The ships come in. The sailors are everywhere. It's entertaining a time. The answer on the multiple choice must be from E, V, or C. Choose E, V, or C today on the form today. Anyway, good to have you all in. And I think we're going to have 30 different teams getting cards for Mission Week. There are a couple different teams that still do not have a Eeeelite card. If I'm going to do this off the top of my head, I believe the Pittsburgh Pirates, the New York Yankees, the Cardinals got Herrera, and somebody else didn't get one. We'll take a look. We're going to go team by team and come up with, and the Cubs have not gotten a Eeeelite card. Now we did get a Cub award winner, Ian Happ, but if he's an award winner, maybe we don't get him this week. That's supposed to be Thanksgiving week. So we'll all take a look at all this good stuff. Again, glad to have you all in. And get on in to the Guess the Set contest. Let's see. Do I have things? I have things. That's spectacular. What screen is that? Exclamation point. Professional. Wow. So it's not. There we go. That's right, the double F. That was a double F. I have permanently shaved in the set 3 in the back of that guy's hair. That's from game 5 of the World Series. From the outfield there at Yankee Stadium. And again, welcome in. It's our 354th time streaming Out of the Park Baseball over the last 3+ years. Is that how long it's been? It's hard to even fathom. Maybe it's 2+ years. I don't even know. Why is every team after the A's the last ever? Did I do something wrong? The form. Is something on the form I got wrong? Because it's very possible. What do you mean the last ever? I am not a season ticket holder. No. Yeah. Oh, for the last ever. I don't know why for the last ever. There's definitely. Copy pasta. I don't know. It's just a thing. Should I do this for each one of these live? Because, There's nothing more entertaining me than watching me work on like spreadsheets and forms for half the stream. We're kicking this stream off with a bang, guys. Anyway, you get the idea. I don't know. Copy pasta. It is a sin. The last ever. Everything after O. Yes, what is more entertaining? EVC content, forms, or sheets? Entertaining. Anyway, get yourself in and guess the set. We do this wonderful contest every week. So every Thursday, there's brand new content that comes out and out of the park baseball. And then we do this contest where you have to guess what cards are coming out. And so get on in. You got the form to fill out. It is all multiple choice except for a couple questions at the end. No real big fill in the blanks. Should be pretty easy for you guys. 2 of you already completed it before I even started talking about bunker and anything else. So I appreciate that. A little heads up. EVC. There'll be no PT light cards for those last ever teams. Yes, the rest of the way, which would be entertaining. We'll be on tomorrow, pre-twipped show, and you'll be able to see, what everyone's guessing is going to happen. And bonk, exactly, Twitch and McTroll. So the Solo Amigo show, we're going to go tomorrow. I've found some new music for that. Tomorrow, Lap is on the front page in the afternoon. I have not figured out my Thursday schedule. I might be able to go on a show. I haven't reached out to him yet. But yes, tomorrow, Laptop's on the main page after 2 o'clock, I believe. So go check out Laptop. Give him some love. Help out new people coming into the stream to figure out what the heck we're talking about. I don't know what to expect in that stream. We'll be back on Saturday for our Rip It Pack-a-Palooza. We're ripping packs across all the teams. Sunday, we'll do our live theme team playoffs coverage around 4:30 Eastern time. For those that don't know, our good friend Dishnet will not be doing the Saturday night or Sunday streams. We'll be going long on finishing through the World Series for the theme team coverage on Sunday. And then next week, Twipped is happening on Wednesday. So I'll be going 2 hours earlier on Wednesday. We'll do our pre-twipped show, our best of set prior to the actual cards coming out on Wednesday afternoons. That's the PT Eeelite award winners. So just a little heads up, we'll be on at 10 a.m. Eastern next Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. The answer is no. Yes. I don't know. I need a haircut. I definitely feel like I'm doing this, right? When you have to sweep the hair around because it's starting to fall on your face, that's the sign. But you, my internet friends, will tell me when I need a haircut, right? I want to thank all the recent subscribers in the last week. I want to thank Machia Pet for subscribing for 17 months today. Thank you for sticking with me. It got you into OTP in the first place. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Machia Pet. Flash 10367 now at 3 months. The Real Teddy O 18 months. Don't get the D-Block Dragon 7 months. I want to give also a thank you to all the new followers of the last week: PBA Commish, Griffey Lover 24, A Brack 40, Cedarites 2, and Weed 80. 40 stream streak, Machia Pet. Oh, I get a little New York City love for that, man. Wheat woo indeed. Thank you all for subbing, for hanging out, Machia Pet. I am impressed. 40 stream streak. I don't even know if I'm on a 40 stream streak of my own stuff. Am I phoning it in? Can you tell? But get on in. Thank you so much also to Chalupa Pants, who spent 50,000 channel points to get me wear a hat. I do have some newer hats that I have found. How I find hats, I'm not really sure. But we do have this number. I don't know how to think about it. I don't know what to call it. Straw hat? Straw hat. And then, Ezra's been giving me a bad time. Always talks about the Giants. And so this is the closest Giants hat I think I will ever wear. It is the, not well fitting, Yamuri Giants. That is definitely tight on the head. Good thing it's adjustable. And look at the hair looking even worse. The hee-haw hat. Thank you, BD Cable. I appreciate that hee-haw reference. For those that, do you guys remember hee-haw? I'm really aging myself now. Go look up hee-haw now on your internet search browser of note. That's still too tight. Anyway, we'll have to figure that one out. Oh my goodness. Look at the hair is just flying everywhere today. So yes, it is our time for Guess the Set. And we're going to get into it. We're going to start getting into talking about all 30 teams. Y'all come back now, you hear? I'm trying to think of the hee-haw theme off the top of my head, and I don't. Roy Clark, Buck Owens. Wow. Good times television. How you doing, Hillside Robin? Good to see you. And you too, Extreme UW. I tickled something in your brain there, bring back Roy Clark and Buck Owens. Wow. So we're getting ready for PT-Eeelite Set 3. Now let's take a look at the videotape and what was said. The PT-Eeelite expands its reach with a mission structure highlighting players from all 30 teams. And then award winners are coming out Thanksgiving week. So you can read many things into this. This is the beginning of all sorts of bunk. It's a mission structure highlighting players from all 30 teams. Is it PT-Eeelite cards from all 30 teams? Sure, why not? Or is it something else? PT-Eeelite pop-ups? That's later. Or several players who were added to the 40-man rosters yesterday to be protected from the draft on December 2nd. That might be showing up in some future Legends cards in the not-too-distant future. Kind of interesting. Jakey Duke 18, thank you so much for hanging out. Glad to have you here. And, we're going to figure out what cards are coming out tomorrow. Yeah, I didn't sign I don't know. Dr. Dynastic in the house. Dr. Dynastic will be around 2 p.m. today. We'll go to him on the mothership. 16 months in a row. Thank you so much. Jakey Dude, afternoon from Central New Jersey. We're doing fine here. Hope you are away from any fires. It's not set 2, it's set 3. Again, exclamation point professional, copy pasta, things happen. But set 3's coming out. So I choose to believe that every single one of the teams will get something. There is a chance he comes in late for OTP development stream today. You have a work commitment that may keep you late. I will, okay, he will try to go by 2, but he may be a little later. Well, I can fill. We'll figure something out. I do not. Extreme UW. Where are you tonight? I do not know that. Again, hee-haw references are coming in left and right. Thanks to my donning of a straw hat earlier in the stream. So I've forgotten a lot. I remember a lot of hay and sitting on hay bands. Oh, you had a fire in your town that day that made the news? Yeah, we're supposed to get rain tomorrow. Only an inch, though. Not enough to help fill the reservoirs here in our drought-stricken New York, New Jersey area. So hang in there. I always thought this always interesting, too, because I grew up in LA, and I don't remember this. But people who basically burn the excess leaves. I never knew that. Mini Pearl. Craziness. I forgot about Mini Pearl. Yeah, a lot of fun little hee-haw. I gotta do a hee-haw. Maybe Lap and I can do some hee-haw. Anyway, it's time to bring on the bunk. Gotta have that bunk. And this is a point where I start talking about and helping you to fill out the forms. And you can kind of decide how you want to fill out the forms this week to potentially win 20 packs if you get the most points this week. So let's take a look. We're going to start off with the Arizona Diamondbacks. We've already got Ketel Marte, who won a Silver Slugger. He's in. He's is he a finalist for the MVP? I don't know if he's on the finalist list. I cannot remember who's in the finalist list. I should have looked that up, and I totally forgot the finalist list. Um, Christian Walker got a Gold Glove. I would not put Christian Walker on your ballot this week, just because I think if it's an award winner, it's likely. Well, there you go, the finalists. Should we go take a look at that? Can I do this and not screw up everything? Let's see. We've got our finalists: Francisco Lindor, Ketel Marte, Shohei Ohtani on the National League. So Ketel Marte is definitely one of the three. Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, and Bobby Witt Sr. are your finalists for the MVP there. Of course, tonight's Cy Young voting: Sale, Skeens, and Wheeler. And then Emmanuel Clase, Seth Lugo, and Tarek Skubal. So we got to have a good choice of some of those coming through. Let's yeah, this is I mean, I think Christian Walker's been talked about as a oh Machia Pet, stop. I think Christian Walker's been talked and linked to the Yankees as a potential first baseman, good fielding first baseman after watching Rizzo just stare at the bag in that glorious fifth inning in Game 5 of the World Series. You might want a slightly better fielding first baseman with some pop. So he's definitely going to be an upgrade over Rizzo, but that's some of the talk that he might be linked there. Well, yes, it's true. But I think Christian Walker could have ran and gotten there. I don't know that Rizzo could. For the Tigers, should we check other and choose all? I don't think that's the other thing. I don't know. I don't know if that works. So this is a difficult one. Trying to figure out what to do for guest set this week. I'm kind of going Corbin Carroll just because he has got the most WAR, but this is a tough one. Maybe Jock because he had some heat to some point in the summer. Yeah, I think Lugo as a finalist was surprising and a great pickup for the Royals, man. So that's the Arizona Diamondbacks. So that's a tough one to choose. It comes down to whether see for the Tigers. You could choose all. You could choose all for the Mets too. I don't know. There are no points for guessing no card this week. I took it off this week. I decided that you just basically have to guess. And if you get no card, you get no points. And that's fine. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I really didn't. I really don't think we're in the market. I mean, we need another outfielder. I don't think we have enough. Um, but I don't know if we're getting Teo back. I'd love to have Teo back. But since didn't take the yeah, I think if he didn't take the qualifying offer, it's gonna make it harder for him to do stuff. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be interesting to see. Like again, I was surprised your boy Nick Martinez took the qualifying offer. Now again, it's an upgrade from the 12 million he was gonna make to 21 million. But getting out of Cincinnati would have been an interesting, twist for him. Printing money until the TV deal is dead. Yes. He said what he said. I think his quote was, "I expect to be here 2 years. It was a no-brainer. It was like a raise for me." So he's still planning to be there 2 years. I guess it's an interesting way. Uh, you might wait till after the size announced to submit your bunk. No, I grew up in L.A. Jakey dude. I grew up in LA and my grandmother weaned me on Dodgers broadcasts with Vin Scully on the radio. And I've been in New York now since 95. So I've lived longer, I think, in New York than I have in LA in my life. So it's just it's you are who you're a fan of a team when you grew up. No, I was not. I'm not that old. Grandma was amazing. I've told the story before, but it would drop me off at their house and babysitting, and she'd watch. And it was Vince Scully would be on TV for the first three innings, on radio for the middle three, on TV for the final three, and she'd turn the sound off of Jerry Doggett on the broadcast in the middle three innings and listen to Vin the whole way. You're a Rockies fan? Oh man, so sorry, my man. It is tough. There is a whole country in between, believe it or not. It's true. I spent some time in Chicago. I spent some time in Atlanta. I enjoyed games and those teams for those years, but and I raised my son to be a Mets fan, and he stopped loving baseball after they blew some things. Yeah, at least the Rockies are guaranteed to exist over the next 5 years in Colorado. Yes, who knows what Tampa Bay is going to go through? Is Tampa Bay going to move? The Metropolitans. You've seen EVC Junior. He's been on and he's done some pack pulls for us in the past. I've been everywhere. Yeah, that's true. I think there is a. I think I have that clip somewhere. Did I do that? I did. Mitchia Pen. I don't have to sing it now. What was that? Lapse 1,000 follower stream. Uncle Steve is definitely. I don't know. I feel like if I'm Juan Soto, that's where I'm going. San Antonio, big city, no baseball. There you go. I don't know why that's never been something. So anyway, let's go to the Braves. Talk about the Braves and who should you put on their form for them this week? Yeah, I mean, Chia Pet, every now, as Minerva said, I've got like enough Nightbot commands to kill a small town. Chris Sale, I've already put the Cy Young Award next to him. I am sorry, Mr. Wheeler. Um, yeah, there are a lot of commands. Renault Lopez already has this wonderful 102 that we got early on in the first set. Chris Hill also got a gold glove. So if he didn't get the Cy, he's still an award winner. That leaves a lot of interesting Braves to choose from. Marcelo Zuna, Max Fried, Spencer Schwellenbach, Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Raciel Iglesias, Michael Harris II. Again, injuries for Riley and Michael Harris II. Yeah, I think they're locked as well, but like Wheeler had an amazing season. Did I miss? I missed one. I didn't realize Schwellenbach already had a PT Elite. Does he? Where did you sneak one in that I missed it? We're still alive in the bagels and schmear. That's always good. You would think I'd have enough time now to go through and find everything. Card shop. Nope. Player. No. Nope. Market. Card shop. Spencer Schwellenbach. Yeah, there he is. What did that one come out with? How did I miss that one? So don't guess Schwellenbach, because that would be a bad guess. You would be forfeiting a point. That's part of the bunk. See, you watch along and you realize the things that I've laid traps for you, unwittingly, of course. My pick here is Max Fried. I think if you're looking at someone who had a really great season, not an award winner, Schwellenbach, there you go. I think Max Fried is my guy, I think, for this one. Yeah, no, a comeback player of the year, Chris Sale. And just think if he was not injured in the playoffs, would he have upset the Braves? So again, if you're looking to get in, you can get in to guess the set. Jake agrees with me. Jakey agrees with me. I appreciate that. See if you can beat out my picks on this. Moving on to the Baltimore, not the Baltimore Eeelite Giants, but the Baltimore Orioles. You can also show and shout out anything I've missed. So keep your eyes peeled on this stuff. The only card we've gotten for the Orioles that I'm aware of is Grayson Rodriguez. Plenty of amazing players here. Gunnar Henderson, Corbin Burns, Colton Cowser, Anthony Santander has got a Silver Slugger. Yeah, the Eeelite Orioles. If you know, you know. The PT Eeelite. I say that way because the Eeelite, the Baltimore Eeelite Giants was how they pronounced it back in the Negro Leagues. So, you want the Eeelite Gunnar Henderson? This is why I think you're going to see some other cards coming from different places. I think there's so many Orioles that you can possibly do. For this list, I like Gunnar, but I'm going to go with Corbin Burns. I just think one of the premier starters this season. It's going to be amazing to see where he lands. Someone who did not accept the qualifying offer. So I think that's where I'm going for this one, but you might be right. It is so you can say I am a D-Light with the E-Lights. That's right. So I don't know. Colton Cowser's also did not win Rookie of the Year. I thought he was going to take it over Luis Gil, and Luis Gil won it for the Yankees. So Cowser's an interesting one. I went with Burns. I decided to go with a pitcher. I was looking at different pitchers. I tried to go through and look at all 30 teams and try to figure out how to get like half pitchers, half hitters. It is frightful. Fright, Eeelite, fright, and yeah, I like it. I like it. You guys are good. The Boston Red Sox, Willier Abro got a Gold Glove. Was in considerations for Rookie of the Year, and I heard this morning that he's also potentially on the trade block. Believe it or not. 3.1 WAR, potentially on the trade block because they have this, that Roman Anthony guy that might be coming up. So Willier, I think they save. Spore might save for awards week next Wednesday. And now you got, the Jaron Duran got his 100+ card in the All-Star Game MVP. So Pivetta, interestingly, did not take the qualifying offer. That's what many people thought. How much he's actually going to make with the qualifying offer tacked to him. And that's going to be an interesting call. I don't know what I picked. I don't remember what I picked for. I think I did the wrong thing, and I think I guessed Willier here, which is probably the wrong thing. So Devers, O'Neill had a really great start to the season. It's probably Devers. Yeah, I don't know if that's a hit or a nudge, but I think, that's surprising Pivetta didn't take it. Because I don't know who's going to get more than $21 million a year. But people need pitching. So, and they show up. The Cubbies! Cubs fan Steve, long-suffering Cubs fans everywhere. I think you got to go with Shota here. Dansby's fine, but there are plenty of other shortstops, I think, that I'm thinking going to get something. Yeah, as Oli started the season as the Cubs closer and getting DFA'd. I think Shota gets the call here. Again, we've learned that just because you've got a Future Legend card does not preclude you from getting a PT Eeelite card on top of that. So I think that's the call here. No one else really sings out. I think the Ian Happ will be saved for awards week if we get an Ian Happ. And I could see that coming through from awards week. I think that some of these gold gloves allow for some nice silvers and low golds to come out next week. And Cubs fan 23 thinks Shota as well. So follow the Cubs fan and figure out what you can fill in your form. Again, it's Guess the Set. You can get your form filled out here. As we go through and talk about all the different baseball teams, all 30 ML squads supposedly maybe getting a mission award card this week. And then we have the White Sox. Yeah, I could be Hap. I just think if you have a chance to, if you have multiple players you want to do in a team, the awards week awards allows you at least to give, split the Eeeelites of this group up in a couple. And, we haven't heard, this is the penultimate set. Like, we get awards winners next week. You're going to have the big heavy hitters, the Cy Youngs, the MVPs, the rookies of the year, probably some gold glovers and silver sluggers in there. Those are your top players of the year. Kopech and Dodger Blue, write it on in. Write it on in. Jonathan Cannon is the only guy that really stands out. 120 innings with a 1.2 WAR. I don't think Paul DeJong or Nicky Lopez get a card. I agree. Franchise Time Machine, Ian Happ and the Ian Happ. Franchise Time Machine. You say the player's name, and I immediately mispronounce it. There's something going on. Ian Happ, please get a new card. Next week. You have to wait till next week, though. I agree. There's not a lot of Eeelites here. I think that Jonathan Cannon is where I'm going because everything else is. Do you do Luis Robert Jr.? Not pretty. So you got that going, right? White Sox are a tough one. Onion Hap. Onion. The Cincinnati Reds have 102 and an 82. Tyler Stevenson and Ellie De La Cruz already have PT Eeelite cards. We were talking about Nick Martinez earlier, taking the qualifying offer. If there's one that makes a lot of sense, Nick Martinez or Hunter Green. Those are the two that you might go back and forth on. I surely do not understand the trade rumors that were leaked earlier this week of the Reds sending Jonathan India for Brady Singer. I think they have additional infield spots. India's probably the odd man out. But I can't see if you're the Royals thinking that a platoon with Massey with India is worth trading off Singer. I know, but he's a good pitcher. You should be able to get a lot more for Singer than that. You like that deal for Cincy? Yes. But if you're the Royals, why would you trade someone who is one of your top starters for India? I think they both have needs. They have extra infielders in the Reds. He's okay. Okay, but Singer, he was solid. So I don't know. It's definitely an interesting one to go through. I was not excited by that trade from the Royal standpoint. I guess I'm discounting India. Nice. Ooh, oh, just in. And then I've doxed my apartment number. Brand new. This just in. We don't do these very often where you have an actual unveiling, an unwrapping. It is not a hat. It is not a hat. It is a new shirt. Like I said, I think Singer was a good starter. When you take a look at his numbers, we'll look at the Royals in a bit. Got a new hat. Not a new hat, new shirt. You can wear shirts as a hat. This is true, but I don't think I'm going to do that. And this might be a little large. I got the extra large because that's all they had left. But I felt like I wanted this one. So we'll see if I can get this on stream. We just get this one off. We got a brand new shirt. Busting with the hair again. The cherry blossoms. No, no, no. There we go. Let's see. It is a new Dodgers Cherry Blossoms Japan. It's got it says like home run in Japanese on it. So yeah, I kind of dig it. No, I just got stuff everywhere. There you go. So a little LA cherry blossoms, some Japanese Dodgers in there. Kind of respectable. Not too bad. Not too bad. It is a Dodger shirt. It is a Dodger shirt. I am a big fan of Rain Spooner. Hawaiian company makes great Hawaiian shirts in a nice fabric. Now this is a little more silky than I'm usually get. So we'll see how it wrinkles. But their Spooner cloth is pretty amazing. So anyway, there you go. And unveiling on stream our Sakura. It's a stealthy Dodger shirt. Yeah, I like the stealthy. I don't like it, it's just something just a little tucked away LA, little tucked away Dodgers over here. Eeeelite? It matches my silk pajamas. This is my new smoking jacket shirt. Exactly. So there you go. I'm a big fan again of the Rain Spooner company. I should get a sponsorship. That'd be great. I could get a sponsorship and I would wear different Hawaiian sports shirts each day. I should talk to them about that and give you guys codes and discounts. I need to reach out on that. Anyway, welcome in everybody. It's Guess the Set Wednesday. And if you're here, you have a chance to win some packs. You just have to guess what's coming out tomorrow. We're going through team by team and figuring out what's going on. And what you might want to put on this fill in the blank. It's not even fill in the blank. It's a multiple choice this week. It's pretty easy. So that interlude brought to you by Ryan Spooner. I didn't even say the name right. If you don't know Ryan Spooner, we should go look at that. Rain Spooner MLB. And again, lots of baseball things, but the fan gear here. Stop. Fan gear. And, pretty much every team's got some subtle, Braves here, Guardians. You can kind of get away with some nice stuff. They're not cheap, but they're really good quality. Always pick C. There's for Chalupa Pants. There's a Brewers one there. Hillside Robin. They got this Twins one going. Padres fans. Pirates there. Ezra Denny. Got a couple choices there on that one. That's right. They're phonics eligible. Mariners. There you go, franchise time machine. You make the pattern with bubbles approach. I don't know, which one do you like? The lighter orange or the game day performance button down? Or the polo? I think this one's nicer. I like that color. But the black and orange is nice. And some Blue Jays for Laptop Hound. So there's always some fun stuff going on there. What's the championship series? I'm not a big fan of the block ones. More Giants, Yankees. Not sure how they determine who's what. But anyway. Yeah, there's some of the stuff is not stealthy. Some of the stuff is not stealthy. So where were we? The Reds. We talked about Hunter Green and Nick Martinez. I think it's good choices there. What are you gonna do with this amazing only on EVC in NYC.com? What are you gonna do with this amazing Guardians team? Jose Ramirez got a Silver Slugger. Emmanuel Clase got the reliever of the year in the American League as a finalist in the Cy Young voting. Stephen Kwan got a Gold Glove. Andres Jimenez got a Gold Glove. David Fry has a card. Rocchio got a card for the playoffs. John Kenzie Noel just got a mission card on Monday. Not one of the top guys, but again, a great playoff card, great playoff player that didn't make the playoff set, but got a mission edition card as a little separate one off this week. You can still see the chopper. So this is a hard one to kind of figure out who you choose. But for Ezra Denny, I'm here for you, man. I'm voting for Hunter Gaddis. Hunter Gaddis 2.8 WAR in that bullpen. I think Gaddis. I think we got the Cade Smith recently. Clase's live card is still one of the best relievers. I still use Emmanuel Clase on my EVCs, as well as Framber Valdez. So yeah, that's what you've got here. A lot of choices. Which ones get kept for awards week? I think Ramirez and Clase and Kwan get kept for awards week. Oh, Ezra, that is beautiful. Oh, what's that emote called? Hunter. I love it. Oh, that is beautiful. I am very excited for that. That's my point, right? Going right by his name there. That was beautiful. It's like there's almost like some planning and stuff going on. So I think Hunter. You can go with Tanner if you want, but I like Hunter as my choice for this one. You've got lots of choices to make here. Shout out to Ezra Denny, who's doing his San Francisco Giants daily stream on almost daily stream. And also Squirrel's favorite emote. And congratulations to Ezra Denny last week on his Squirrel Nut Hippers, teams that the Squirrel knows, his better three quarters knows, that even he might not know. That team won last week in the Theme Team Championship last week. So congratulations to Ezra Denny. Oh, nice. You expect some kind of nut for a squirrel? Yeah, Squirrel Nut Hippers. 500 run differential, I know, but you know what? You did great. It was spectacular. It was a spectacular run. 500 run differential. Really? Were you plus 500? Get on the theme teams. If you haven't got a theme team, join us in Discord. Just like Ezra Denny making a team. Always fun to get your theme teams going. 128 wins in our theme team league. That was Stone last week, right? I think that was Stone. The Rockies. Okay. I know you're here somewhere. Where are you? Where are you? Jakey Dude 18. What Rocky are you filling out on this one? Jakey Dude. We already got a Brenton Doyle. We already got a Jacob Stallings. Tovar for the Rockies. I think that's the call. I don't even think about Austin Gomber. Like, I'm surprised. Austin Gomber was their top pitcher this year. And like Austin Gomber, it's like a name I've never heard of. Like somehow I don't it doesn't register. I know Cal Quantrill, but only because he came from Cleveland. Yeah, you don't think anyone else deserves it? Yeah, I think Tovar's the guy. Quite a feel. Gomber feels like a Pokemon. You're giving any kind of like love to Ryan McMahon? I think he kind of fell off near the end. Did Tovar get a Gold Glove? I thought it was just Doyle. Nothing for McMahon for you. Okay. Oh, Tovar did get a Gold Glove. So much bunk on my streams, it's not even funny. You could do a Blackman celebratory one. That would be interesting. We did get a Blackman, I think, though. Of course, again, exclamation point professional, doing it live. Let's give Tovar the Gold Glove he needs. And so I don't know. Does Tovar get one? Let's go take a look at it as well. Yeah, we got the limited edition 88. So I don't know if Tovar gets one though because he has a Gold Glove. So I would have done Tovar here. He had a great year. No, there's no question. But do you save him for awards week? If you're stuck between if you know that Tovar is going to be saved for again, I don't know if we're going to get a whole Gold Glove set. I don't know if he's going to do 25 cards. Yeah, I agree, Jakey dude. I agree with you completely. But if you think that maybe Tovar sneaks in because they need someone, or they save him for next week, who would you do? I think you'd have to go like Ryan McMahon or Ryan Feltner, maybe. I don't know. That is a rough choice. There's definitely some interesting choices here. I did not know that Vampiric Squirrel. Gomber is one of the biggest Arenado pieces. That is meaningful. That they got something back for it. And Quantrill was the best starter for a while. McMahon was good for the first half of the season. What were his splits, actually, McMahon? Fangraphs.com. Ryan McMahon. By the way, if you've not seen, there's new dashboards now on Fangraphs. You can set up to have like 6 different little things up here, so you can see the folks. You can see what his first half and his second half. So look at he was worth 13.6 roto dollars in the first half and minus 8.7 in the second half. And there was definitely some crazy splits here. You can see his WRC plus as the season went on kind of went down. You can see his average declining over the season and his on-base percentage kind of flattening out for the second half of the season. Trade back for Arenado, that would be entertaining. Let me take a look at his splits. Again, great start to the season. Hit 6 homers in May, 4 homers in June. Fine. And then just blah. 272 average in the first half, 188 in the second half. First half WRC plus of 109, second half of 54. Yikes. Yeah, the second half. I had him on my fantasy team at 1.2, but I was a 10-man league and had to keep swatching people out. And so the big drop off in average and on base percentage and slugging huge. Went from 447 to 309 in the second half. The isolated power coming down. The BABIP dropping 110 points. Rockies storing players in the humidor by accident. Yeah, I mean, again, you think about this Rocky squad. Nolan Jones, another player who just did not. You hope he was going to be a big breakout star and didn't. So super, super difficult decisions here, what you're going to choose for the Rockies. And again, you can always vote in somebody else if you dare. We've got Victor Vodnik, I think was just added to the 40-man roster. Am I right on that? Who was just added? Someone just added the 40-man roster by the MLB player news. I can do this. Okay, so player news, MLB. And I want to say Zach Veen. I'm sorry, Zach Veen was added from the Rule 5 draft. Yeah. So Zach Veen might be the guy. These ads are horrible. Mustache incoming. The Detroit Tigers. Well, thank you, Jakey, for the input. I always enjoy getting everything. Veen was added. Yep. I always enjoy getting fans in talking about their team because you guys know the most about what's going on. Can we answer all of them for the Tigers? You can. I don't think that's going to happen. So I've already put the Cy Young here against the Terra School Ball. Did it not come through? I don't know if he's going to get his photo or not. But I think it'd be fine. We have awards week coming out. Is it PT Light? Will we get pictures? I'm hoping we get some pictures on these. But I don't know how that's all going to work. Because none of the PTE lights have photos, but I think a photo on this would be pretty awesome. I don't know what you do with a logo, but I think it would be cool. The first 104, that is a great franchise time machine. I love that. That is a great projection. Maybe we'll do that. I am going to do for awards week next week. I'm going to take all the award winners and then let you guess what level card they're going to get. So we'll do that for next week's Guess the Set. And that's going to be 2 hours earlier, 10 a.m., because TWIP next week will be on Wednesday at noon. So this one, Riley Green, Tyler Holton, Jack Flaherty, end up on the Dodgers, Mac Vierling, Gary Carpenter, Jake Rogers, Parker Meadows was great in the playoffs. I could see him getting a playoff card at some point, along with the Andy Ibanez that we've got. I went with Riley Green as the second best WAR player on that one for the Tigers. That was my call. But always interesting to kind of see what other things might be out there. So you should choose your own. If you're the only person guessing the card, you get a 3-point bonus. Get on in and guess the set if you haven't joined us. We are filling out the form. If you get the most points, you can win 20 packs. Second place is 5 packs. There are tiebreakers. Really? Jake Rogers, Austin Wells' dad. Let's take a look. We've got Austin Wells. Yeah. And Jake Rogers. Maybe. Oh, stop that. They got big smiles. You got Carson Kelly here. Yeah, that was a nice pickup for them. That was a nice pickup. So Tigers had a great season. We'll see what they do. AJ Hinch got like 4th, I think, in the Manager of the Year voting yesterday. Yeah, 1.6 and only 200 at bats. WAR is a counting stat, right? So if he, 337 for Rogers. So when you compare catchers, it's kind of hard. But if you're talking 584 at bats for Riley Green playing every day, then you're probably getting up to 4 WAR for Rogers and 3.2, close to 4 WAR, if not higher, for Carson Kelly. So Yeah, the Tigers did well behind the plate. Things are coming together. It's kind of fun to see. Yeah, Kerry Carpenter is really great for them. It was a bummer as they got to the playoffs where he got hurt because that really could have changed Detroit's offense a lot if he was able to play every day. And the injuries were not great for him. But when he's healthy, he was hitting like crazy for the Tigers. Some M Beacon, thanks for being a first time chatter here. Thank you for hanging out, man. Yeah, we're talking guest the set. Always love to get you guys coming in. You do exclamation point guest to get this week's form. The Houston Astros. We've got Alex Bregman getting his first Gold Glove. We've got Jose Altuve getting the Silver Slugger. Kikuchi got a card. Ronel Blanco got a card. And so this is tough. I think Fromber is one of those players that I was like specking that his card would go to perfect for the last 3 months of the season. He did not. So if you're playing Perfect Team, the live cards, if you're new to Perfect Team, the live cards during the season, they start at one level and they either go up or go down depending on the player's performance. And Fromber came back down from a perfect 100 and was sitting in diamond forever. And I got a lot of him thinking he'd get back to 100 because he had 2 great final months of the season. I thought he'd get back. It was not enough. Yes, if Torkelson comes back and hits like he is expected to, then they've got even more offense going through. I'm interested to see what the Tigers do this offseason, how they add to that core that they've got. So Fromber is definitely one that I was thinking of, but I went with Jordan Alvarez as the only real DH I think I'm putting in these 30 teams. Just consistently offensively great. Tucker was hurt a lot of the season. We've got Blanco. Bregman and Altuve are going to maybe be held out for awards week, although we've got a couple Altuves in and Bregman's in already. So it's really between Jordan and Fromber for me. But you can see some prizes here, some prizes that we weren't expecting. But I have a hard time talking myself into Tucker, who have a partial season. Hunter Brown started horribly and came back better in the second half. Yainer, maybe. So there are going to be some surprises that come through that you might want to take a guess, other than the obvious Jordan Alvarez and Framber Valdez. And this is what I don't know, right? You know that if you're talking about some of the best MLB players of the season, someone like Fromber and Jordan should get cards. But none of them are awards, and we're only talking about one per this week. Yeah, I was surprised at anybody. I thought they were dead in May. I thought they were dead on arrival in May. I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs. And Seattle kind of folded near the end. Texas never came through. The Angels are the Angels. So, there's somebody else I'm forgetting in the West. Houston just kind of persevered and got to the playoffs. So, again, used to be choice there between those two big ones. Would you go for something else? The last team standing, exactly. The Kansas City Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. getting the Gold Glove and the Silver Slugger, a finalist in the MVP race. Seth Lugo getting a Golden Glove. And also a Cy Young finalist. Cole Reagans is the card behind my head there, part of the tourney batch that came out. And then you're down to Waka, Singer. See, this is why I think Singer for India is crazy. Singer brought 3.8 WAR. I think India is like 1.9 WAR. It's like twice as much WAR for Singer than you got for India. Just looking at that number alone makes me question why you trade someone who could be one of your top pitchers. And you never have enough pitching. The part that you may say they've got a lot of pitching, but you never have enough pitching. So I'd be surprised trading Brady Singer for India. I don't think India adds that much to the squad, but they need offense. So it'll be interesting to see where the Royals are shopping this offseason. So I think I went with Waka here. Again, great free agent signing, 4.3 WAR for the Royals. They really had some stuff. Pascatino is also an interesting vote if you want to kind of go with someone from offense. Yes, Witten any other year, I think, would be the MVP. It's just Judge had another great year. So it's hard. It'll be interesting to see what the final vote total is. But it's hard to say that you don't give it to Judge. 10.4 WAR on the season and 709 plate appearances for Bobby Witt Jr. The Angels, I don't know what you do, man. Tyler Anderson, Taylor Ward, maybe. It's the Angels continue to make interesting head scratching moves. Well, they did something else too. What did the Angels just do? I feel like the Angels did something that was also another. Let's see. AL. You're not gonna help me out and just put Angels. $2 year, 12 million deal. Nothing really super. But Nico Cavadas named the 2024 Arizona Fall League Offensive Player of the Year, slashing 329, 462, 700. So, you never know. A Trout PTE light, just out of respect. That would be kind of fun. That would be kind of fun to do. I don't know where another Trout might come in this season if we get another Trout other than the PTCS first place championship. The Dodgers. I know. I've heard this team. I know this team. Future Hall of Famer Trout. Yes. Is there a future Hall of Famer card set? That'd be kind of fun. The future Hall of Famer set. That'd actually be kind of a fun set. PTE Light Tyler Glasnow, PTCS reward for the championship in PTCS 8. Was going for a cool mill last I looked. Number 6 on the team in WAR for the season. There are a lot of players on this list. Let's go take a look at what did Glasnow's L10 end up being? Yeah, 912,000. So that's a pretty card. 151 home run allowed, 164 BABIP, 145 control, 160 stuff. And those price tags, that's one of those PTCS cards I was not going to be able to grab. So for my Dodgers themed team. So that's a rough one. A great card that few people will have. I think there's only 10 in existence. So we have Silver Sluggers for Ohtani, probably an MVP. Yeah, close to 1 million. I was like, wow. There's only 10 of them around. I don't know how. I'm interested if anyone's in Perfect League. How many Glasnows exist in Perfect League? Mookie Betts with the Silver Slugger. Teoscar Hernandez with the Silver Slugger. On this list, the only guy up there. Yes, that would be nuts. Jakey dude, that would be nuts. Freddie Freeman is the guy, I think. Would love to get a picture of Freddie Freeman holding the bat there in that World Series walk-off in Game 1. Another sneaky one would be Gavin Stone. If you want to hold Freeman off, but I feel like we get Freeman. And there could be toppers tomorrow too, right? Which allows you to get a Framber Valdez and or the Jordan Alvarez as well. So yeah, $500. That's a $500 card there, right there. I think Gavin Stone, who was really the one guy who was consistent. I mean, the only pitcher. You got Glasnow and Gavin Stone, the only two you see on this list with over 130 innings, over 100 innings. Yamamoto just got 90. Vesia in the bullpen, 66. 69 for Landon Knack, making some spot starts. So a lot of different players went through and offered, some valuable war for the Dodgers this year. Miggy Rojas could be an interesting one, but I think Gavin Stone or Freddie Freeman is the call, and probably the Freddie if you're choosing on the Dodgers on this week's Guess the Set. There's the form in case you're missing it. The Miami Marlins? I don't know, man. Otto Lopez. So, AW, there is a way. Let me see if I can show this. There is a way to see your past PT collections, just not in the game directly. I don't know if you're aware of this. Let me go here to log in something real quick. Whoa. It's not what I expect you to do, but okay. So you can see, yeah, the PT viewer. I don't know if you had to be logged in to see it. I can see my. What is this? Oh, this is every single season I've had this year. How fun. View your old teams in the old PT viewer. So Spore just put the link there. I can go back and look at my PT 21 history, and I can see the full card list. But I can also go back and see all the cards that were on my team. It takes a little while to load, but you can go back and actually see the cards that you've got from the past. And there are PT 21 cards that I had collected. Just kind of fun to see all the old art. And you can do this for every single version of OTP you've got. I think they have just 21, 22, and 23 live. And when 24 ends, they'll usually when 24 ends its useful life, which is probably around this time next year, they'll do a similar thing where all the cards you own, you'll be able to see the cards for everything. So yeah, the ptviewer.otpdevelopments.com allows you to see as you play the game for multiple years. There's Francisco Lindor, live Lindor. See the live cards even then. Not as many picture cards back then, right? You got a Kershaw. And, that's one of the big changes about getting players' pictures on the cards that they've added in the last couple of years, which is really fun. There's Tatis Jr. The only lives had it back in 21. And last year was the first year they actually had players with cards on it. So, yeah, kind of fun. I was wondering, can I do this? Can I just change the version here? Will that work? Yeah, there you go. There's the Lou Gehrig. This was last year's cards. This is 2 years ago. So this is not even last year's cards. Yeah, this is 2 years ago. It's EVC in NYC. We're just tangent hopping around as we're getting ready to do our Guess the Set. But there you go. Check it out. It's a lot of fun to go through. We're doing Guess the Set. And glad we could share that with you, AW. Now you can go back and see all the great cards you owned year over year, which is kind of fun. We're doing PT Eeeelites. Guessing what cards might be coming up for all 30 teams. We're moving on to Chalupa Pants' favorite squad, the Milwaukee Brewers, the Brew Crew. And not only did Bryce Terrain get a gold glove, got a platinum. Did you see that one coming, Spore? Was Bryce Terrain your pick for the platinum glove this year? I was kind of blown away. I've not looked at any fielding stats to have any judgment. It's just not something that yeah, he was great. I remember early on when you were doing one of your boxes and bowl stuff where you were thinking, I don't know how he's going to be good. I don't think he's going to live up. And he was solid all year round. Terang is Colton Wong in his prime, level 2B. Says Chalupa Pants, Milwaukee fan. Will tell us what it's like. And Sal Frelick with the gold glove. I didn't see that one coming either. That was a surprise to me. And again, that's me not watching enough Brewers games. So that's going to be interesting. And what do you do here choices wise, right? So we've got the William Contreras, the top war, the catcher. His brother's going to be a first baseman this coming year. You got Tobias Myers. That was one of my sneaky picks of one of the starters that was kind of under the radar that really solidified the Brewers this season. We got that 80 PT Elite for Tobias Myers. Freddie Peralta's right there with him over more innings. But the two that always stand up at this list is Willie Adames and Jackson Chourio. And I think Adames is my pick on this one. Churrio's amazing as well. Doesn't mean like we couldn't get another one. Oh, AW. So sad. Never going to play another game at the Trop. We don't know that for sure. I'm sure cooler heads will prevail. My understanding is that Tampa Bay has all this money left over from tourism and they can't spend it on like hurricane recovery, which seems nutty to me, but oh really? He made no secret that he wants to be a Dodger to the buddies on the team, Chalupa Pants. I did not know that. I wasn't sure where he wanted to be. The statement that he said he'd be glad to play second or anywhere else is definitely something the Dodgers would love to hear. Prediction is LA 7 years, 189 million. I mean, it's cheaper than the 360 million for 10 years that Seager got. And I think yeah. I think it makes sense. We talked about before, I think if Betts saying that he's moving to the infield, and Adames makes the most sense for the Dodgers to sign at short, that puts Betts at second. That puts Lux on the trade block. And as I said last week, I thought it's Lux and one of our catching prospects to the White Sox for Garrett Crochet is what I think's happening. But that's just me throwing stuff out there. Wow. Contreras is dating Adames' sister. It wasn't enough to keep Willie there. That's crazy. You've read he's a good clubhouse guy? Well, we really saw how great a clubhouse guy Teo was last year, and the more of that just gels a team. It's great. So it'd be great. As a Dodger fan, I'd love to see him on the infield and giving us some more solid defense at short, letting Mookie play second, and then just figuring out what the heck we're going to do in that outfield. Good human in general. That's awesome. It's a good fit. Well, I'm hoping things. So what I'm really hoping is that the Soto stuff gets solved when Spores and in at the owners' meetings in early December. So that's out of the way, and let everything else kind of roll. I don't think the Dodgers are going to get Soto. It's not exactly, I think, the fit, but we'll see. I think Teo and Adames and Crochet would be nice additions. I think Soto's going to the Mets as well. If you're looking at things and you have a chance, and you don't think Boris is deferring any money, that's probably true as well. He might. Like, why not get some money deferred? I don't know. You're making tons of money. Choose the team you want to be that's going to have the resources to get you the World Series. You hope he goes to the Dodgers, piss off Yankees fans? I think if he goes to the Mets, he'd piss off more Yankees fans. So that's where I think that's going. It's going to be interesting to see who you're going to pick here, Willie Damas or Jackson Churio. Uh, yeah, no, it feels like he's going. So let's go on to the Minnesota Twins. Carlos Santana got a gold glove. I did not see that one coming. Did you guys see Carlos Santana getting a gold glove? It was not at all in my head. We got the Byron Buxton here, part of the tournament edition. I know it's one of Spore's, one of his favorite players. He does play a smooth first, I guess. So I was interesting. See, now I don't know the reference. He plays a better guitar. Oh, yes, I get it. Now I get it. Very, very slow. Yes, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. So smooth. I'm not going to sing that one. Thankfully for all you. You will not have to hear me sing that. We've got choices, my friends. Are you choosing Carlos Correa or Willie Castro or Bailey Ober or Griffin Jacks or Joe Ryan? I have a hard time with this one. I don't remember what I picked. Do you go with Correa? Will he ever be healthy for a full season? I think you go with Willie Castro. Willie Castro coming up pretty big for this team. 3.1 WAR. Even pitched an inning in the third. So I don't know. Ryan Jeffers was interesting for the first part of the season, then dropped off like a rock behind the plate. So get your Twins guesses in. Speaking of the Mets, beat the Mets, beat the Mets. Every team wants to beat the Mets. We've got ourselves a lot of interesting choices here. Francisco Lindor, Silver Slugger, runner-up, or a finalist, excuse me, in the MVP voting in the National League, along with Ketel Marte. I think he's someone we're going to see during. Wait, don't we have a Lindor? No, we don't. I think that's going to be coming next week, next Wednesday. We'll see them part of the awards. And then it gets kind of cagey here. What do you choose here? Is it Jose Quintana? David Peterson, Brandon Nimmo, Jose Buto? I think Mark Vientos, just from his prowess during the playoffs. He was the bat I was most afraid of when the Dodgers were playing them in the NLCS. Grimace, yes. I did not put Grimace on there. It was Jose Iglesias. I like Big Budo and I just don't care. Yeah. No, Vientos makes every Met fan more comfortable with Pete Alonso leaving. Yeah, he was insane in the playoffs. Like he was the one person I did not want to see at the plate. He scared me more than anybody else in that Mets lineup. And there's Harrison Bader at number 12. Not coming back now that they got Siri on the team. And again, Pete Alonso, 695 at bats, 2.1 WAR. Mark Vientos, 454 at bats, 2.9 WAR. Again, you have to feel confident as a Mets fan that you've got yourself a solid first baseman. Beatty can come in and try to place him third. And we'll see what Uncle Steve does in the offseason to fill out right field / left field with Juan Soto. Just feels like a thing. And it feels like Corbin Burns may be coming to this team too, right? That's what all the hubbub is at this point. So choosing your Met here on this one, again, I think Vientos makes the most sense. I'm not sure what I picked. I don't know. Would he play better somewhere else? I have no idea. Again, aging first baseman on the wrong side of 30, it's a tough, tough road. A team that does not have, or St. Petersburg, right? AW? Yeah, could be interesting. No, I agree. I would not re-sign Alonso with Vientos in the fold. And Soto, Silver Slugger. I think we're waiting for him for awards week. Aaron Judge, likely MVP. I guess it is. They're in Tampa proper. I couldn't remember where the Yankees spring training facility was. There's an article saying that Alonso wanted to play in Wrigley a couple years back. Yeah, Vientos to first base. Maybe get a veteran third base in 1 year deal. I mean, you got Beatty to try out still, right, at third base. So it would be a very Mets thing to sign Alonso if he was on another team. I think that's old Mets. I don't think their new GM's thinking that way. Patrick Wisdom's going to be DFA'd, and the Cubs are requiring Eli Morgan from the Guardians. Is that true? Is that live? Let's take a look at player news. Am I looking at Angels now? Of course, I'm looking at Angels now. All sports, MLB, player news. I don't see that one in here yet. Last year, the Mets used their development lab slot on Vientos. Next season, Beatty. There you go. Ponda says Beatty is cooked. I don't know. Results failed. You don't think Beatty's going to make any more than a 4A player, Gamba? Maybe. I think he's still got some opportunity. I'd give him another year. No major development, result failed. So yeah, Gambo, knowing his Mets, says Beatty's cooked. 600 plate appearance spread out over 3 years, and he's 25. I'd give him at least another year to figure out if he's got it pulled together. I feel like the Mets have plenty of options they can play around with at third base in the meantime to figure it out. Should trade him to go get the GOAT Arenado. I think Beatty could play first, maybe. I love the conversation on this, so we'll see. I mean, again, that's what you never know. Oh yeah, I listen. I think everything's on the table. If you can get something good, I just don't think Arenado's someone I'd invest in. No, talking baseball is half the fun of these streams, right? We get to talk about all 30 teams right now, and this hot stove season is the best freaking season ever, other than the playoffs and the regular season. Dukeston, I think they're going after Christian Walker. Christian Walker is the heat right now. Defense can play there. I don't think the Yankees need to spend as much on a Pete Alonso, and they can get Christian Walker, which I think is younger and has more potential. Yeah, it'd be great to get him out of Arizona. That's for sure. Yeah, it is a major development franchise time machine. The Yankees, I mean, the Mets are, they're like they played it well this year. Like it really shows off when you take a look at this squad. They gambled on Severino. They're going to get a qualifying offer on him. That one paid off. Quintana did pretty great for him. Alvarez had fits and starts of goodness. They've got some young core guys. Vientos really showed up. Walker 33. Alonso. How old is Alonso? Am I wrong then? Is Walker older? We'll see. We'll see what they invest in. He did pretty great for him. There you go. Yeah. Pandas, that's my thought. And that's how Guess the Set set up this week. Every team, you're going to vote for one player to get a card. And you also have to realize that, okay, so I'm wrong, Thomas. I am also known as the Bunkster. So I could be full of it. There could be even like again, mission toppers. I am so full of bunk. Okay. I still think Christian Walker is going to be cheaper and a better investment. EV Bunk in NYC. There you go, man. Who are you going to put on your card for the Yankees? I have to go with Rookie of the Year runner-up. This is true, AW. Was Tampa going to spend money on a first baseman, though? Is Tampa going to spend money? It doesn't feel like them. PT Light expands its reach with a mission structure highlighting players from all three teams. Now, see, you can read that Spore is that it's the mission structure that highlights players from all 30 teams, not that there's a PTE Light from all 30 teams, right? It's a mission structure highlighting players from all 30 teams, which means you need to have all the players from all 30 teams to do the missions that may get you some PTE Lights. So that's where I'm, it's almost Thanksgiving Day. I know. So that's where I was reading Spore. I was all over the place. All 30 teams getting cards. It includes minor league teams like the White Sox. They are on the form. Good luck picking. It's true, AW. They were in the Freeman sweepstakes. So Tampa could go get Pete and Rizzo, all the Florida boys. Get your guesses in. I like the Austin Wells pick here over the Anthony Volpe and the Nestor Cortez. 3 to 4 years, they'll pick him up as a platoon. Yeah, maybe. So crazy. Get your Yankee votes in. Jazz Chisholm also just kind of out there getting some points on both the Yankees and the Marlins. You'll see that on the form. On the form, again, I've been talking about this form. This is a little thing. If you think you're going to get a Jazz Chisholm cold card tomorrow, you have to guess the right team. If you guess Jazz Chisholm on the Yankees and he gets a Marlin, you don't get points. If you guess him on the Marlins and he gets a Yankee, you don't get points. You have to choose the right team. So just throwing it out there as a little kind of thing on the form. 19 of you already filled it out. I appreciate each and every one of you having some fun with Guess the Set this week. Everyone's expanding. I know I'm expanding. The A's. We've already gotten 4 Oakland A's cards already. You're shrinking. Put on another sweatshirt. You'll look exactly the same. Yeah. Bangaliers is a great call for this week. Mason Miller, also another great call for this week. So no, I'm just saying the more sweatshirts you put on, you'll always look the same. Yes, exactly. That's what's happening, Minerva. That is again a speculation, John Doe. I'm gonna guess that players like Aaron Judge and Soto are not coming out this week, right? And Luis Gil, right? Because they've already gotten awards. We're doing awards week next Wednesday. Again, TWIP is on Wednesday next week instead of Thursday. So, Hogan Harris. I remember that show. All those crazy things. Schultz. It's EBC and NYC bringing the sounds of New York City, and luckily for you, none of the smells. Um, yeah, Schultz on Hogan's Harris. Yeah, I remember that. No, Hogan's Harris. Let's see. Ah, look at that. There's some late breaking, bunk breaking news. I would not assume that all the award winners are being held. That make this week kind of tough. I did assume that they're all being held, just to make it interesting. Yes, there are probably some Gold Glove and Silver Slugger players that get some stuff in, but that makes it a little bit more interesting. So yes, I think that is the call. If you see a Silver Slugger next to somebody, maybe Francisco. No, I think maybe Carlos Santana comes in this week. Maybe Bryce Terrain gets his due this week instead of Willie Adames. Dude, Eddie, if you missed it on stream, we just got ourselves in the mail today, opened it on stream today. We just got ourselves a brand new Dodger Hawaiian shirt, kind of stealthy Dodgers. So yeah, still enjoying it, Eddie. Keep enjoying it until opening day. Our good friends at Ryan Spooner, some of the greatest. The Spooner cloth is my favorite. It stays wrinkle free. Again, if you gotta get a Hawaiian shirt, get something you want to wear a long time, doesn't kind of fade, doesn't have issues. The Spooner cloth, chef's kiss. It was on camera. I had a shirt over the side. I have a T-shirt underneath, so we did not go through and bare all. Oh my goodness. The music was going and everything. Do I have the right music? What do I have for music? Is it this one? No, we're not doing that again. I do have some new sound. I do have this. I don't know if you can hear that at all. I do not know that song. Oh, the Christmas song. There you go. Bow chicka wow wow. We are off the rails, and then we would have it no other way. Oh, we did the A's. Lots of A's. We're gonna get a fifth A this week. We did that, right? Get in on Guess the Set. I'm gonna have to now. I have to look up what that song is. Pony by Genuine. Okay. We'll do that off. We'll do that off stream. I know you think he'd be an A's fan or something. I probably will recognize it. I probably will. Let's head to the city of brotherly love. See, now you. I don't know. Genius of Love, right? Is that the song? That's fun. That's fun. What are we gonna do in Philly? Bryce Harper, Silver Slugger, Zach Wheeler, runner-up or a finalist. And yeah, the bell is cracked. Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, Christopher Sanchez, and you got Trey Turner, Alec Bohm. I mean, a lot of choices here that you can go with. Who makes these cards? So, and this was really interesting, right? There's a lot of good Phillies cards players this last year. There are 4 players there with WAR of 4 plus, and Trey Turner. Now, what I don't know, what we haven't heard yet, is for Eeeelites we have this set, 1 card for every 30 team at least, maybe some toppers. Then we have the awards next week. Is that it for Eeelite? Will there be more? Oh, Orion Kirkering last year? Yeah, that was such a crazy card last year. Go and put Orion Kirkering in. Add him to your, add him to guesses this week. You might be the only one to guess him. If he gets a card, you get 3 bonus points. Get on in, gets your entries in. So this one's a hard one to figure out. I think Wheeler, for me, is who gets it, assuming he doesn't win the Cy Young tonight. So I guess we'll find out. Pittsburgh, you've got your Rookie of the Year, Paul Skeens. I had to write down here Triolo. It's Jared, right? Is it Jared Triolo? Yeah, Kirk's live card is great this year. Triolo had like 0.8 WAR on Fangraphs. This is the Fangraphs WAR that I'm using. He got a Gold Glove. And so if you're keeping Skeens, I did not. Did it go well? A lot of Eeelites in the vault. They may not all get released, but they got plenty even beyond next week. Philly has 6 in the rostered. Yeah, there you go. Don't sleep on Joey Bart. It's a nice call. Luis L. Ortiz was stellar. He might be a really interesting call. You've got O'Neal Cruz, of course. Georgia Tech legend Joey Bart. There you go. The live O'Neal Cruz was got a fun card to play. Joseph Bartsworth IV has a fun rebirth in Pittsburgh. I hope he keeps it up. Yeah, I do too. So yeah, the O'Neal Cruz is definitely a card you like playing a lot of live tournaments. So definitely some interesting choices. He's no Patrick Bailey. There you go. Patrick Bailey. Remember, there's this article talking about like the last 2 seasons he's fallen apart at the end of the season. And when they looked at the numbers again, it was just like he had a really crappy August. And then he was fine. Yeah, O'Neal Cruz with shortstop and center fielder is nice. I don't think they're grinding him down. I think, well, they're playing him a lot, but I don't think it's. I think the writer in the Athletic who covers the Giants, I think it was Brisby, covered it. I love Brisby's writing. And he just had a bad month. If you look at his September, it was good. He just had a bad August. Yeah, Bradley Brisby. I can't remember which. But he did a whole thing on. Let's go take a look. And I think it was San Francisco Giants. The deep dive is Brisby talking about a deep dive in the Bailey's second half. And basically, again, bottom line was Bailey was indeed tired in his second half as a rookie season, getting to catch every day in the majors during a season which is much longer than any he'd ever played before. And he had a miserable second half of 2024 with his most ineffectives coming in a single month. Right? So when you look at Bailey's numbers, and I'm already just jumping ahead to the Giants for some reason. And again, I love the new dashboards, right? Because you can see this, right? Here's Bailey, August, just horrible, and then comes out of it and is fine in the second half or in September. But just had one of those slump busting months that you can see. His average, his on base percentage. The rest of the season, his on base percentage is right there, right? It's just one horrid month in the middle of everything. Yeah, I love this. I love this new visual. And you can see his second half negated his first half as far as rotisserie value. And again, you see this August. An 063. Again, a little bit in July. But September was great. Right? He had a 95 WRC plus in September. Solid first 3 months. Died a little bit into July, and August just was horrible. An on base percentage of 090. Like, how do you do an on base percentage of 090? He had an 8-day break in August. Maybe. That's interesting. We can look at game log. So between August 29th and August 18th. Yeah, and then you can see September 3rd it starts and he starts hitting again. So yeah, something going on here in August. He wasn't that great in September, but he wasn't like the wheels have fallen off him, right? Right, when you're looking at his splits again. So anyway, I thought it was interesting. Where are the Giants? They're the Giants. Patrick Bailey winning the Gold Glove, Matt Chapman winning a Gold Glove. Those guys seem like guys you might hold off. If you think we're going to get Patrick Bailey this week, then maybe Bailey's the call this week. Right? We've already got 3 Giants in. And I think Matt Chapman gets saved for awards week. So maybe Bailey. I don't know if he gets this week or next week. That's the question. I was thinking he's going to be next week versus this week. But I don't know how big next week's set's going to be. And again, if some Gold Gloves are coming through, etc. Pirates, we talked about a little bit. Let's go to the Cardinals. I think you got to go with Mason Wynn here. I'm not excited. We got Ryan Helsley winning the reliever of the year. And I've been hearing that there's some trade rumors around him. Kind of the Cardinals trade this high leverage arm on his high of winning the reliever of the year award and get something back. And always Arenado. Yeah, Arenado's not a bad thing. Yeah, it is sad. It is sad. But that's what we got. So I think it's Mason Wynn, and that would be it for me on the Cardinals. Padres. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I think you're gonna beef up his. You definitely beef up his future legend card. Oh, Goldschmidt's year has you sad. Yeah, that was not a good year. 1.1 WAR of 654 plate appearances. Just not great. Padres, lots of choices. And this is again another interesting one. Where do you go in this set? Again, do you hold these Silver Sluggers for next week? Jackson Merrill, runner up in the Rookie of the Year. Jerickson Profar having a career year. Manny Machado, still solid Silver Slugger. Dylan Cease pitched great. Michael King was spectacular. Yeah, Michael King was spectacular for the Padres. Feels like a very good choice for this set would be Michael King. And Kim played well, except for injuries down the stretch. Be interested to see where he ends up signing this offseason. And otherwise, looking at Sander Bogarts playing shortstop next season. Yikes! The last ever San Diego Padres. Yes, I have the copy paste pasta on the form, so I apologize. It's the last ever Padres. Kim would look good in San Francisco somehow. Move Tyler Fitzgerald to first, maybe, and put Hyesung Kim at shortstop. Would not be a bad call. Blake Snell supposedly getting some heat from the Red Sox at the moment. We'll see where that goes. But that's another course you could do here. And then Logan Webb. Solid, the most solid starter they got. Which I feel like Webb is, again, if you're talking about Giants, one of the top players for them, and this would make sense to get a card for Logan Webb there. You never know. You don't want to see it again, right, AW? You don't want to have the Rays having to face Snell in Boston. Bring back your nightmares of former Rays gone. Yeah, Webb's also beloved in the city. So Ezra, who are you picking this week? Are you picking Patrick? You're gonna say, screw it, I don't care if he got an award. He's not gonna be saved for awards week. I'm gonna pick him this week. Are you gonna go with Logan Webb or Chapman or Snell? You pick Bailey. There you go. A lot of parts say Snell going back to San Francisco. I don't know, man. It's always interesting. I do always wonder about him. Again, I know a lot's been made of it. It's not a big deal, but I do also wonder, like, that concept of um, not starting that last game. If there's something there that still makes it a little bit less comfy, but we'll see. I'm not ruling anything out. I just hope that Snell doesn't wait. Hopefully Snell is signed by somebody by the end of the year, so he'll be completely primed and ready to go for a full season with whoever he signs with. Because we want to see, I want to see him play a full season. I want to see if he can do that kind of greatness that he had in that second half with San Francisco. Can he do that for a full season? And it'll be really interesting. What's up with Conforto? I don't know. Is Conforto still under contract? I think he had a qualifying offer that he got last year. It's a 2-year contract. I'm sorry. He's done, right? It was a 2-year, $36 million for 2023, 2024. So he's a free agent now. You can see Conforto's season here. It's true. So Conforto not had a decent second half. Not great. WRC plus. Yeah, lots of, as any major league player typically will have, ups and downs. Very roller coastery this year on the Conforto. Let's see. Yeah, innings eaters are tough to come by today, so Webb is pretty good. Too many pitchers get to 140 innings and go down with an injury. Webb would have been 24 teams ace last year, probably. 200 innings is crazy. There's no one else in the squad. I mean, look at this. Harrison with 124, right? Snell with 100. Hicks with 100. Get your picks in for this week's Guess the Set. Seattle. It's the Mariners, who just traded for a first baseman whose name I didn't really know. Someone to compete with Luke Raley for some playing time at first base. Rob Deere. Snell definitely took a hit not playing that last game. Yeah, I think reputation-wise, it's an interesting thing, right? It's like, I know how I want to play. This is how I'm going to play. I'm going to come out. I think I'm ready. And it's a very me-centric thing. Pull the fences in Seattle. Yeah, you've got so much great pitching. You can see here, Bryce Miller, Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu, George Kirby, Luis Castillo. You've got 4 guys with 175 or more innings. Hitters go there to die. Yeah. Rosarena had 1 point something WAR in Tampa Bay, 0.9 WAR in Seattle. Julio Rodriguez, where are you, my friend? 3.8 WAR in the season. Expected more. Cal Raleigh getting the Gold Glove. Dylan Moore getting the Gold Glove. Do you save the big dumper, Cal, for awards week? Maybe. Polanco, the second baseman, just dropped out of existence. So we'll see. We'll see if Cal is get this week or next week. But I feel like one of the pitchers gets their due this week. The Bryce Miller or Logan Gilbert, probably Bryce Miller, getting the call on this one. I don't know what you do in Seattle. I haven't figured out the Seattle offense at all. Bad batter's eye? I mean, you know, Teoscar was so much happier being in LA than he was in Seattle, right? It's like if your ballpark is not letting hitters flourish, you need to do some more balancing. So how do you do that? But I think the question is, Churro Boy, will the stadium actually get them a hitter that can hit? Move the fences back to increase doubles. Interesting, IBDB to you. A Seattle fan, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, if you can't see the ball. So what is the hitter's eye in Seattle? Can we see that? MLB hitter's eye, Seattle Safeco. No, T-Mobile, right? T-Mobile Park. Are most hitters uncomfortable at T-Mobile Park? There's a whole thing. Teoscar doesn't like it. Well, the Mets already signed Jose Siri. Paint the bleachers black. I don't know. They're already pretty dark, right? It looks pretty dark. Is it the holes in it? I don't know. But what would you do to improve it? Spore. If you can't see it on even the MLB The Show, like is the holes. There are a lot of holes here. Here. That's interesting. I mean, this is basically holes that are the walkways into the stands. You could put maybe something behind it. And the center field walls is a weird angle. Yeah, because you're thinking like this is the middle, but this feels like pretty dark. Anyway, plywood. Make it like the old knot hill, like the old wood fences used to have that kids used to look through, right? Just make it all plywood here. I don't know. Definitely something interesting to kind of think about when you're talking about Seattle and hitters. Yeah, we're doing guess the set, so figure out what card you think might be coming out this week. Do we go right to Cal Raleigh? Do you go to Bryce Miller? So again, I was on the assumption that all the award winners would not be this week. So let's see. The batter's eye beyond center field, which sits at an angle that may make it hard for hitters to pick up pitches than elsewhere. Draft Griffey Jr. again. Turn it back. Moving on to AW's favorite homeless franchise, the Rays. We'll just go by the Rays this season, much like the A's. The A's and the Rays. Dustin's calling out Pepio, former Dodger who just allowed to pitch and get through stuff and had a good season for them. We got Rob here in the headlights favorite, Shane Baz. I'm sorry, AW. I know, I was just giving you a bad time. But they're not in Pinellas County. Like Clearwater would have been. Oh my gosh, I know way too much about local Tampa Bay politics now after managing this stuff. Taj Bradley is so good. Taj Bradley is good and then not so good and then good and like still figuring it out. He could really be amazing. So, are you talking about Dukes? And are you talking about the city of Tampa Bay? Or are you talking about the team from Tampa Bay? Yeah, Taj is very TB Tampa Bay. Taj Bradley, very streaky right now. The team, yeah. So I didn't realize this. It seems like regardless whether they rebuild the team or not, the owner got the land around the existing stadium to develop. So whether they build a new stadium or not, he still gets the land to develop. And that seems like a really stupid deal given to the owners. So if you're not beholden to have to stay with your team in Tampa or even build a new stadium, but you still got all the land that you needed and wanted to develop and make millions from. Anyway. Brandon, and again, I'm going to screw this up, is either low or low, and I cannot remember which is which. I don't think MLB's building anything. Lao. Okay. I can remember. I remember which one it is. Um, yeah, I figured that they're yeah. No, I think it's I agree. I think that cities should figure out how to make an economic zone and figure out how to provide the transportation, public transportation to get to and from stadiums. But the stadiums and building it to whatever the team wants, that should be the teams doing the stuff. That's my opinion as well. Uh, I know. I know, Unchained. It's insane. The Rays. What do you do with the Rays? Isaac Paredes, who went to the Cubs eventually. Let's give it to Isaac. Zach Littell? I'm not excited about Zach Littell. The Rays are definitely a difficult choice. Again, Pepio, Caballero had decent seasons. Diaz was kind of a disappointment in his season. Bazimataz, meh. So I think Isaac Paredes and you know, I think we'll see how he does in Chicago. But I think that might be the vote for me in Tampa Bay. The Rangers. The only Silver Slugger they got this year was Josh Smith. Talk about a team that went from World Series champions to just underperforming across the board. A very lost season. Corey Seager, again, when he's healthy, is great. He's not healthy very often, which is why, again, as much as I hated seeing Seager go, the 10-year, $360 million was just like a non-starter. Loved the kid. Loved when he first came up. I thought it was amazing. I had my Sorry Seager shirt. Still 4.5 WAR and 533 play appearances. Yeah, he's stellar. Yeah, they earned the year off, I guess, but I think the one that's always most surprising me on this list of top WAR players, you got the Seager, you got the Semien, but Kirby Yates. Right, he is understated. Seager just goes out and plays, but Kirby Yates, 3.4 WAR was huge for them. Yeah, Yates might deserve it most, to be honest. I agree. That's an interesting choice. Again, the kids, there's no Carter on this list in the top 12, top 13. But Yates had a crazy season. And yes, the Rangers were surprised last year. But Eeevaldi is your ace this year, right? Michael Lorenzen pitching 100 innings. Andrew Heaney pitching Andrew Heaney-like for 160 innings was your number 2 most effective pitcher. I mean, just a tough year for the Rangers. So Yates is an interesting call. I think I went with Seager just because it's Seager. The Toronto Blue Jays. What are you going to do with these Blue Jays, man? Yeah, they didn't come back. Andrew Heaney's definition of replacement player. He was above replacement. Slightly. The Blue Jays. Well, that's the team I forgot in the AL East. Varsho with the Gold Glove. Vlad Jr. with the Silver Slugger. And then Jose Barrios was your best pitcher last year. 192 innings on the staff, the most. 3.7 WAR. Vlad's your only choice. Okay, no worries. I'm still rolling, Dr. D. So you let me know when you're live. We'll get everyone on over to the mothership so you can get additional drops. But get your picks in. It's EVC and NYC bringing the sounds of New York City. Glad to have you all here chatting some baseball today. Talking through all 30 teams whose cards might be coming out today. Sounds good, Dr. D. Sounds good. Take your time. Enjoy. But Vlad Guerrero, 5.5 is the choice if you don't think he's being held back for awards week. So that's the question mark, right? Do you hold him back for awards week? Do you get a Jose Barrios this week? Do you get a Dalton Varsho? I have no idea how awards week is going to go. Probably holding out for the big awards. Just how many of these Silver Sluggers and Gold Glovers get cards this week versus next week. And you'd feel better if you're going to have to give a card to Varsho as an award. You might hold off. You might do it this week, or you might hold Vlad for next week. You also can't have everyone getting hundreds all in the same week, so you got to figure that out too. Of how do you divvy it up in a way that makes it fair. Varsho for Gabriel Moreno. I think that trade's actually done well for both teams in the long run. Dukeston. Gabriel Moreno on the Diamondbacks was not horrible. Um, yeah, you think some better Silver Sluggers, Gold Gloves have a chance to be the best since next week we'll have the majors getting the best cards. I think there'll be some. Yeah, I agree, Dukes. I think that trade worked out well for both of them. The Washington Nationals, a lot of interesting arms on this squad. Trevor Williams, Derek Law, Dylan Florio. I didn't realize Mitchell Parker, again, 151 innings. Third most on the team. Um, but I don't know. Jake Irvin, Trevor Williams in the closer role, I think is the guy I'm going with in this one. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to save packs. I'm thinking of I have my Dodgers theme team, and I want to get Dodgers, and I feel like I'll get more during awards week than I'll get this week. So I might be holding on to next week. I don't know. It's interesting how much more baseball reference like CJ Abrams and Fangraphs. So Fangraphs here has 1.8, excuse me, 1.9 more, and baseball reference says 3.4. Interesting. Yeah, Gore, respectable. I mean, the Nationals have some stuff going on. I agree, Dukes. And it's fun being able to play today's stars. When we started, like, I don't know, it was 2 seasons ago. I think we had the Tops versions, which were a subset of this. And you got to play the Mookie Betts and the Trey Turner and my Dodgers theme team. It was like, that was awesome, right? To be able to play with all the immortals. Yeah, Gore had, I remember that. Gore was pitching pretty darn good and then fell apart. Let's take a look at the splits. Ooh, I don't have pitchers. This is something you can do now. Let's see. Spark graph 6. What else did I choose? You can now add in different things. So we can see where his FIP went through the roof in July and August, and then came back down into a respectable territory in September. So again, the August, he and Patrick Bailey just whatever. The home run per 9 was elevated. The walk percentage went way up and the K's way down in that period. So you can kind of like in a quick look, um, get a feel for what happened during the season with a player. And so I like these spark graphs that now is part of the basics. You can change your dashboard and add that in for your squad. And you're looking at different players. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of interesting stuff happening with Wood playing, basically half a season, getting 1.2 WAR and just getting his feet wet. Alex Call was actually good for them too, and then got hurt, and he played respectably in the outfield, I think, as well. So there's interesting. There's lots of young kids here. There's a Dodger catching prospect there, Ruiz. Which Dodger catching prospect will the Dodgers send to the White Sox for Crochet? That's the question. You think adding Burns to the squad? Again, I always question, like, if you're a big pitcher like Burns, are you gonna go here when you have a chance to maybe go to the Mets? I don't know. I think if you're a player of that caliber, you want to go and win a championship. You have a choice to choose now. Again, it's part of your family, it's part of the money, comfort. Yeah, I agree. I think Burns going to more of a sure thing. Yeah, DC's not that far from removing it, but I feel like weren't they exploring selling the team not that long ago? Yeah, Soto again. I think enough outfielders though. I don't think they need Soto. They need pitching. They can make a run of it. Maybe they can get Max Fried. I mean, they can do what Kansas City did. I'm not sure who I'd target as that next level. Who's the Lugo and who's the other guy they picked up? Waka. Who's the Lugo and Waka that aren't getting the big clubs but can be paid a little bit more for the Nationals to go after to fill those slots? Severino? Severino Arenado is interesting. I agree. So yeah, there's a core that's happening there. I don't again. I'm not sure of Manea and Pavetta would be interesting. I'm not sure of the ownership situation now because I know they had tons of debt left over from deals. They were looking to sell it. I don't think they ended up selling it. So kind of an interesting combo, but that seems like what I would do if I would then follow the Royals kind of path. I would agree. I don't imagine trading for Arenado would cost them much these days. Like, take the Alex Call, who showed to be very serviceable in the outfield. You've got outfield depth. Trade the Alex Call to get Arenado and some of money off of Arenado's contract. It's interesting. It's interesting. So the Nationals. I don't know who you're gonna pick. I went with Trevor Williams on this one. Let's guess the set. Get your entries in if you haven't. This is from game 4 of the World Series when they turn the lights off doing the entry, making the flashy entry. Everyone gets their phones up doing stuff. Get your entries in. And I went with my all bunk team. So I went through and tried to do this exercise. You'll see question 31 is I guess 30 players. How many of these 30 players do you think is going to get a card tomorrow? I went with Max Fried, Corbin Burns, Shota Imanaga, Mr. Cannon with the White Sox. Turn the lights off so the hitters can see better. Hunter Green, Mr. Gaddis, Michael Waka, Tanner Scott, Zach Wheeler, Logan Webb, Bryce Miller, Jose Barrios, Trevor Williams. On the hitter side, I went with Austin Wells and Langoliers at catcher. Freeman at first base. I don't think so, Bailey. I think that's all mission rewards tomorrow. No, Shota being crooked is somehow I did that and I couldn't figure out how to fix it, and then I just kind of liked it. I didn't go try to fix it afterwards. I went with Willie Castro at second base. I had a hard time finding a second baseman. I went with too many shortstops. Lindor, Mason Wynn, Seager, Willie Adames, Tovar. Did I spell it wrong too? Yeah. Yeah. No, it's classic. It's classic. You want to know how more? You know what's even more classic? Let me finish the roll call here. Paredes, Machado, O'Neill Cruz, Jazz Chisholm, Corbin Carroll. I had a hard time with the Diamondbacks. Willie Abreu, the Red Sox, Riley Green, and Jordan Alvarez. So, again, being the true professional here, I was going through this, putting this together, and I thought, okay, I got all 30 teams. And then I realized there's one team that I don't have. I've got 30 cards here, but there's one team that I didn't pull a card for. So you got to figure out, don't give away in chat. I got my Dodger there with Freddie Freeman, but there's one team that I forgot. So do your sleuthing now. I'll let you look at this for a while. Take your notes. Don't put it in chat. And go figure it out. Yeah, I was trying to get all the positions filled. I like the Jordan Alvarez because the only DH that I thought was something good. I missed one. And the final question on the forum this week. They're by team. Yeah, I think they're by team. They were on the pitchers are alphabetical by team. The hitters are just how I tried to do by team and by position, and that was a pain in the arse trying to put it together. I don't think they're all alphabetical. So, my final question was, again, we got a new mission structure tomorrow. Are you actually going to have all the live cards for a team to finish the mission or not? It's a yes or no. Yeah, the pitchers have a lot of alphas in them. Oh, I thought, yeah, they're alphabetical, yes. I like that you hit that, Bailey. So it's good. Get your guesses in on the form. I discovered I screwed up a team, and I was like, then who do I take out? I can't decide. I'm just leave this and make it more of the fun today. I know, Bailey, you get to choose. You're gonna vote for him on the Marlins or on the Yankees. You have to get the team right for him. You have to get the team right for him. If he gets a Yankees card and you thought he was gonna be on the Marlins, then you get no points. If he gets a Marlins card and you voted for him on the Yankees only, he gets no points. So you got to get that one right this week. And there's some other nuances here that are screwy too, because again, if you don't know, there's a little bit of bunk involved. So there you go. That's EVC's Bunk 30. Get your entries in. These were not my seats. This is my friend's seats. That's his photo. Is there a bunk price for 0 points? No. If you want me to call you out, Bailey, if you get 0 points, I will. Yeah, this is definitely photo envy for me. I believe that's Garrett Cole throwing the first pitch of Game 5 to Shohei there at the plate. And how can this umpire see anything behind the third base umpire? I mean, come on. What is that guy doing? Yeah. Yeah. I could not afford those seats. There is no third baseman. That is correct. That is a little bit of a shift. Just a little bit of a shift, as you see there. The Jazz Chisholm we were just talking about. They're playing short. There is no third baseman. The extra ump there is just to wrestle the fans for the gloves they're trying to pull off the players. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Good to see you, Rabbit Jack. A little update on not guess the set, on our Bagels and Schmear Perfect Draft. If you haven't gotten in, you still have a chance to get in. It's only November 20th. We've still got 11 days or 10 days of tournaments coming through. Lakeside Fictions of MN, Minnesota Kilmas, is tied with the El Paso Preguntas of Rob Deere in the Headlights with 13 points each on the leaderboard here in the Bagels and Schmear. Lenny Hops winning yesterday, I believe, moving up into third place with 9 points. The Okansas Athletics with 8 points. The Hong Kong Tweetbirds with 7. The Summer Glen Seraphs got a third, fourth recently, getting up to 6 points. The Liberty Grove Sanitation getting 6 points. No, he does not. So he does not get 20 bases next year, is my call. Is that crazy? I think it's going to happen. He might get 20. I don't know, but not much more than that. And the West Coast Expansion Perfect Draft, the Hartford Dark Blues of Eeeelites recently followed. He's got 13 points. I've won 2 so far with my Dodgers Dodge. Won 2 days ago, which is awesome. Love to get those cards. I was able to flip it for 70,000 perfect points. And this team that I flipped it for is saving those perfect points to figure out what's going to happen in missions tomorrow. I do not have all the live cards, though. So don't know what's going to do with that one for the Dodgers Dodge Squad. The El Paso Preguntas tied with me there, Rob Beard and Headlights, and the Anchorage Polar Bears of Stowd with 10 points each. He will have a very strange back of the baseball card. He's going to need like a card that flips open like like one of those flip phones, because he's going to have pitching and hitting stats. I have not looked at an actual Shohei baseball card to see what they do to show the pitching and hitting stats. Excellent. Got 7 minutes to go. Excellent. What else we got going on here? Again, schedule-wise, I'll be on tomorrow. We'll be doing our Amigo show tomorrow. What do I have? Do I have it here? Let's see if I can find this. Do I have my Amigos playlist set? Saved. Amigos. I think I do. It may be too loud. You have to tell me if it's too loud. Oh, there you get it. You get it printed in Japanese. So you speak Japanese, Franchise Time Machine? Can you see what it says here on my? Let's see if I can do this. Can you translate on my shirt? I think it says home run, but I'm not sure. That says Dodgers? Nice. What's it say? Let's see. I have another one here. No, that says Dodgers. Yeah. What about that? You think it says Dodgers too? I think they all say Dodgers. We'll be back for the Solo Amigo show tomorrow. Get on in there. You translated the English word? Thank you. Oh, that one said home run? Okay. We're back on Saturday. Postseason playoffs for the theme teams on Sunday. And then Wednesday next week, we're doing Guess the Set 2 hours earlier. This show 2 hours earlier because TWIP's coming on Wednesday next week at noon. And again, Thanksgiving coming up next week. You guys have helped me expand this list. It's our annual Thanksgiving theme team. Some different players that you could do for if you want to do a Thanksgiving theme team, all players with food-related type things. There are no players born in Turkey, as far as we know from Baseball Reference. It's EBC and NYC bringing the sounds of New York City. New additions, the Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Thank you for chat yesterday coming up with that. Wee woo indeed, Dukeston. Wee woo indeed. And what else was new? I think there was some other fun ones coming through. String Bean Williams. Tim Drumstickmund. It's a little reach, but it'll work. The Danny Gravies and Kendall Gravyman. Did I not do anything else? I don't have my affiliates. Go check out all the other great affiliates that you can watch. You definitely need to reach for that one. If you want to see other affiliates that are streaming, you can see all the current affiliates, their drops, etc. there. Yeah, the turkey the mask of the turkey is actually quite nice. But click on these guys, they all have stuff. So I'm looking forward to Turkey Week in the upcoming week. If you got more ideas, send them on my way. I'd love to have you all. But thank you all for hanging out today. It's been a lot of fun hanging out and with all of you. Getting cooked behind the plate. It was my first shirt unwrapping on stream. That was fun. Plenty of sirens. Bringing you all the sounds. And I guess they'll be open until next week. It was fun. I agree. You guys make it fun. I appreciate each and every one of you being out here. Over 401 point. We're down at 332 because everyone's getting on to the mothership to go get those things. Let me take you on over there now. And I will send you on over. Got spicy. Got super spicy. That's fine. Out of the park. There they are. And we'll start that right now. 2 minutes and 54 seconds. And again, they're going to... Dr. Dynastic always ensures... No, I guess that's only open until tomorrow. See you all, guys, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Have a great one, everyone.